Speaking of overlap, I'm curious about your workflow for it. When it comes to something like hair, tail, do you animate in spline and go down the hierarchy animating each bone overlap individually? My issue with that is that it's hard to estimate how far the tip will end up going. Yeah, that's very true. But if I use the other method, which is just post to pose, it doesn't feel as organic. So I kind of do a mixture of things. It really depends on what I'm animating. But if I'm trying to animate overlap, what I will do is I will typically do the pose to pose method. The reason for that is exactly what you said. When you're just copying curves, so you animate the root control and then you kind of work your way out, you never know exactly how far the end result is going to be. So if you're animating hair and you kind of over animate it just at the base, by the end the hair is going to be flapping like crazy. It'll be horrible. So what I like to do is pose to pose, because then I can know exactly what the range of motion is going to be. Now the problem with that is it's very slow and it takes a long time. And if you do a pose wrong, you can build that mistake into all your other poses and you end up having to redo the overlap again, and it sucks. That repetition process and just doing it over and over and over, not fun. So the way I typically approach overlap is that I will draw it out. I will use the grease pencil tool in Maya, or I'll upload my shot in Sync Sketch or something like that and draw out the way I want the overlap to work. And I just usually draw quick little lines. So I don't, if it's a ponytail, I don't draw the whole ponytail, but just like a simplified line version of it. So I'll animate the overlap in there. Drawing it out is super quick compared to trying to pose out a complex tail or something like that. And then just keep playing it back, make sure that it feels right. Once I have that, I bring those drawings into Maya. If you use Sync Sketch, you can export it and bring it into Maya. Or if you're in Maya already with the grease pencil tool, done. And then you just match the geometry to the line. And there you go. It's much faster, at least for me, than the post-to-pose method, because I can very quickly try different variations. And I'm still keeping that range of motion because I have full control over it. I'm not just letting the curves hopefully do whatever and hopefully work. So that's the way I approach it. And could you do a demo on that someday? Oh, I definitely could. And then there are a few ways that you can simulate it. I haven't really had opportunities to do that, but I've been wanting to do a demo on that as well. So yeah, that's the way I would approach it. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It does take kind of, you could almost say it's more work because you have to draw it out first and then you have to reanimate it after. But in terms of figuring out whether it's going to work in the first place, you take a lot of the guesswork out and you end up not having to redo the animation over and over and over because one pose was wrong.